to my channel. We are back with some more acrylic toes, and I know I just posted some acrylic toes, but I was feeling it and I'm liking how these little freestyles is coming out. Alright, so as you guys can see, I did already start prepping her nails. I did just apply some alcohol. I'm currently about to squeeze these toe dividers in between her toes, and then I'm gonna finish priming the nails before we start the application. So normally in my videos for toes, I start off with prep, but today we're just gonna jump right into the application. I'm finally using another color. I am about to use my No Lift primer, and like I said, I did already apply dehydrated to her toes. How do y'all feel about Young Nails acrylic? That's what we're using today. I believe this color is flamingo. And I did put a little bit of acetone in my monomer so that the beads would dry quicker, because I do not need these beads to be running when I'm working. So far, I do like Young Nails acrylic powder. I think it's pretty easy to work with for the most part, but I did need these beads to dry just a little quicker. So right now I am currently using a size 14 brush, and y'all see how it's not running at all. The acetone really does help a lot. After the acrylic powder is completely covering the toenail, I did take my cuticle pusher and dip it in the acrylic powder before removing the extra acrylic. Now, I don't remember who taught me that, but it really helps a lot if you try to remove the extra acrylic without dipping it in acrylic before doing so. It's probably going to get stuck to the cuticle pusher, so I don't recommend doing that. I've gotten questions about if you can still wear shoes after you get acrylic toes done. You definitely can, y'all. They are not that long. And when I do my acrylic toes, I definitely try my best to make sure that they're not that long. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've definitely seen some pictures of acrylic toes that did look like they were a little too long, but when I do them, I don't do that. Moving on, I am doing the next toe. Now, when I'm applying the acrylic powder to the toenail, I do like to flatten it out to get it to spread and then shape the sidewalls as I go. I don't want to make the acrylic toes too thick anyway, so a thin application would pretty much mean less filing later, making the service quicker. It currently takes me anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour to do acrylic toes if they're getting something basic. Now, when you start adding that French tip, it's definitely going to take longer, but since the toes is a really small surface, it doesn't take that much longer. So I do follow a few nail techs that offer acrylic toes and will do it over fungus and like remove some of the fungus, I'm guessing, and apply it over the toes. But me personally, I don't work on any fungus. Y'all can let me know down below how y'all feel about that and what's the process behind that. I'm assuming your client would have to go to a doctor first to make sure that that's okay. But even if it is okay, look, I'm still not too sure. But moving on, we are about to finish the application, and when we start to do the application on the big toe, I'm gonna come right back. For the big toe, I'm gonna do this in 2 beads. I used to like to do this in 1 bead, but there's been too many times where I messed up the application and had to start over. So I'm gonna start a little bit below the cuticle area for the first bead. Now this is gonna be a larger bead. I am gonna extend this acrylic powder past the free edge to pretty much create a whole new free edge. I'll be using the body of my brush to apply a lot of pressure to make sure that all of that acrylic powder is sidewall to sidewall. I do not want to later have to add more acrylic powder because I missed the spot, and I'm not going to go in with my cuticle pusher this time. Depending on how my client's toenail is really determines if I'm going to use the cuticle pusher or not on the big toenail. Now for this one, I just decided to use my brush to kind of sculpt out the square shape, and I'll later file it down if it's too long. I didn't want to use the cuticle pusher because I didn't want to accidentally end up removing too much and I touch the free edge past the free edge, because I did that before too, and then I would have to go back and fix it. All right, so right here, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so that you guys can see the cuticle application. I did place it a little bit behind the cuticle area, pretty much in the same spot that I placed the first bead. So I'm using the tip of the brush to push all the acrylic powder back into the open space. And if I do accidentally touch the skin with the acrylic powder, I am gonna wipe my brush off first and then clean the surrounding skin. Once the application was dry, we did move on to filing, and I used to file with the e-file first and then go in and reshape the nails, but I'm actually gonna start reshaping the nails first. So that's what I'm doing here. And once I'm done with this and I like how the shape is, I'll go back in with the e-file. Because I did not want to cut my client, I did rub a buffer on the edge of my 100 grit file before I started to do this. Now, this was my first time doing somebody's toes with my nails on, so y'all gonna see me move my hands around a lot, just trying to see what works best for me, but I'm sorry about that. I did get these files from Amazon. They do come in a pack of 50. Since I do take a lot of clients, I never buy small amount of things. As you grow as a nail tech, you'll start to want to buy stuff in bulk because you won't have to continuously go shopping. And of course, you're gonna save you some money. As I'm reshaping the nails, you guys are gonna see me kind of flip the toenail up so I can see how thick it looks from another angle. We are later gonna be filing underneath the toenail, so I'm definitely not gonna be leaving them this thick. This bit right here has been my favorite nail bit for a couple months now. I know I said that before, but I'm saying it again because I really do like this drill bit. This drill bit was from Pana on Amazon. I'm definitely going to link it down below. And I am very gentle when I'm going underneath the acrylic powder. I never cut anybody with the bit, but it can possibly nick them if you're not being cautious. So just go slow. For a few of her toes, the acrylic powder did get stuck to her skin, so that's why you're seeing me go underneath the acrylic with my nail before I go in with the drill bit, so I'm not applying too much pressure to her skin as I'm trying to get underneath the acrylic. I don't want to cut her. So the acrylic toes that we're doing today is on a loyal client. She's been coming to me for a long time now that I think about it. And her appointment was real long, so we did a soak off. After the soak off, she got a extra long freestyle. I'm going to show you guys how those look. I did record them, so I'm really excited about showing y'all those. And then after, she was supposed to get a basic set on her toes, but since the appointment was already so long, I had asked her if she'd be okay with doing something different. So at this moment, she did not know what I was doing to her feet. So the big toe for me often takes the longest to file just because I'm never too sure if it's straight. Like, my biggest thing is making sure that it is straight across and it's not looking funny or a little bit slanted. So you guys are going to see me go back in multiple times with the file to make sure that it's as straight as possible. As y'all can see, the acrylic toes are not that long. Definitely will be comfortable in his shoes, but I am currently about to start drawing the designs, and I am going in with this white gel polish that's from D&D. And I did get these gel brushes from my local nail supply store, so I'll link those down below if they have them on their website. This design was really simple. I really wasn't feeling doing just regular French tips. So we're just going to outline all of the toes. I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. And I was flash curing between every other toe sometimes. Sometimes I would do two at a time and then flash cure. But I just want to make sure that they're dry when I'm moving on so I don't accidentally touch one of the other ones with my glove. The acrylic powder that I'm using for the 3D flowers are from Chisel, and I love the acrylic powder. And with a little bit of acetone in the monomer, I kid you not, it makes the perfect 3D acrylic. So I'm going to do a very simple flower today. We're going to have 2 smaller petals on the sides and then a larger one in the center. For those wondering, I do have a playlist for 3D flowers and for 3D toes, so if you're interested in seeing that, I'm going to leave that down below as well. And once I'm finished with this, I am going to top coat the entire nail. So this includes the toes, of course, and also the 3D flowers. So you do want to make sure you top coat it so it does not get dirty. Very shortly, I'm going to be showing y'all a up close and a final look. Y'all let me know down below how y'all feel about them. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in my next one.